All right, everybody. Welcome to DFW Sports Nerds. This is Ty Whaley, my co-host. We are here to bring you a comprehensive look at nothing but DFW sports.
Hell yeah.
Nothing outside of it. We're going to focus mainly on the Mavericks, the Stars, the Big Rangers, and oh yeah, let us not forget the Cowboys. So this is going to be one hell of a show. It's going to feature nothing but stats, comprehensive looks at players, just as much analysis as we can possibly give to the sports in our fair burg here in Arlington, Texas.
Get up your ass and ride, ride. Blood brothers for life. Meet the end without this in the air. I just want my slice. Don't follow the rules, 'cause I just don't care. Lonely gun, I'm ready to run.
All right, guys. I am Lance Sanders. This is Ty Whaley.
What's
We're going to bring you our first segment of the week, and we're going to talk Cowboys.
Hell yeah.
I'm really fucking excited about the season this year.
It's almost here, man.
It's going to be an amazing year. I'm looking at preseason, and I'm thinking that we have a chance to make the playoffs this year for sure.
Obviously.
Whether we make that run once we get there, I don't know. I do have some questions. So with that in mind, let's get with Ty and see what Ty thinks.
Well, overall, I thought the offseason and preseason have been extremely positive. I mean, we drafted well. We filled up a lot of holes. We lost a little bit of depth, mainly running back,
Yeah.
as most people have been talking about and been worrying about. But I think we're okay there. But overall, preseason, and especially in the draft, we did great. Our offensive line is going to be strong again. They're getting more veteran status. We don't have as many rookies on that offensive line. Defensively, a lot better, especially if we can survive those first 4 games, and we can get McLean back. We can get Hardy back in. Our pass rush will be better. If we have a
Yes.
better pass rush, helps our safeties, helps our backfield big time.
Speaking of the draft this year, the guys that I've seen come out that have really blown my mind have been La'el Collins and Greg Hardy.
Absolutely.
Obviously, La'el on the offensive line was an undrafted player by the Cowboys. As a matter of fact, he didn't even know if he was going to play football.
He got caught up in that whole legal thing.
Yeah,
That bullshit.
he had a lot of legal troubles. He was in hot water, and we didn't even know if we were going to be able to make this happen. But as the draft happened and we thought everything was over, we got blessed a couple days later with the signing of La'el Collins.
Absolutely.
This guy is a monster. He is 6'6", 325 pounds of massiveness. He is an unbelievable offensive lineman. Look for him to be a perennial Pro Bowler this year. And
If he can if he can play. Ron Leary's been giving him a run for his money in camp. Ron Leary hasn't even given La'el
Leary's a
Collins a chance to
great
take
guy.
a spot.
But
Yeah.
let's be real here. Who did they start in the dress rehearsal?
They did start La'el Collins.
They
that's
started
true.
Collins. And if they can rotate those guys, then so be it. Man, that's 2 great
Absolutely.
guys. You're keeping them fresh. We know if one of them goes down, the other
Absolutely.
one's going to be in there. So
But that's how
we're
strong
really-
that offensive line is.
Yeah,
It's
we're
so
really
strong.
good. Really good on the offensive line with Zach Martin. And
He's gave another year, another training camp,
Another
another chance to
training
figure
camp.
out Garrett's system.
Yeah, man, and on the defensive side of the ball, the guy that's really impressed me the most has been Greg Hardy. He just seems to have a knack to get after the freaking quarterback, man. He is a fucking powerhouse, and he's only 6'3" and 240 pounds, and that's a defensive end. That's a position where you're usually looking at a guy being anywhere from 6 to 6'3", and weighing anywhere from 255 to 285 pounds. This guy's playing at 230, 235 pounds. He is a monster. He knows how to get around those offensive linemen, especially the ends, and he knows how to get after the quarterback. What do you think of Greg this year, Ty?
I think Greg's going to be great. I'm just interested to know how all the time off will have affected him. Missing 4 games, not being around the team. I just hope that he can come back with the same passion and with the same knowledge of the playbook and really be ready to get after it in that game 5.
Yeah, the suspension, obviously, we can get into that. It's because at the scouting combine this year, Greg admittedly used medical marijuana. Here on this
You're
show,
talking about McLean, right? Isn't that McLean?
No, this year at the draft, Greg Hardy got popped for weed. That's why he's getting suspended for the first 4 games of the year. So, yeah.
What do you think about Scandrick going down?
I think it
sucks.
sucks. I think it's horrible he's going down. But, I would think probably our best bet this year is to really get after the quarterback more than we did last year. We only had 28 sacks. It was like almost the worst total in the NFL. I'm not sure if it was the worst.
It was pretty terrible.
It was really down there. But, what do you think we need to focus more on this side this year with what we've got? What do you think is going to be our, stronger points?
I think I would look for the wide receivers to have an excellent year. Hopefully Terrence Williams can step up to the plate, and hopefully
Boy, he has in preseason.
Yeah, he did great in the preseason, especially in that last game. He had a nice catch, a nice long run, burned a couple guys. But if he can really step up to the plate, I thought he should have been a little concerned last year with how, it was all Dez, and it was all little elf man, just taking they're getting all the yardage, and Terrence Williams was kind of getting left in the dust. Now, I understand there's only so many balls that can go around, but I think this year Terrence Williams can definitely step up. He's got good athleticism. He just really needs to step it up to the plate, be smart about it. I think last year he ran a few bad routes, and Tony Romo wasn't able to connect with them. But he did great in that last preseason game. Let's talk about that.
He did great in the playoff game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did pretty good there too. You're right.
He had
his moments.
He had 2 touchdowns this year in the playoffs, and he really started to shine as well as shining this preseason as well. I agree.
Let's talk about that last preseason game a little bit.
Yeah, the dress rehearsal. I saw a lot of positive things and a lot of negative things. We'll go with negative first. I think we got a problem with running back. I really do. I'm not sold on this Lance Dunbar, McFadden, Randall package. I think this is stupid. I don't understand why the Cowboys think they can replace the leading rusher in the NFL last year with 3 dudes who are unproven backs in the NFL. We've seen the running back by committee here. We've seen it many years. But I'm definitely concerned at running back. One of the things that I really like to see was Tony scrambling back there. Last year, if anybody got near him, he fell down. In this preseason game, I watched him scramble a couple of times, and which both led to really good passes, one for a touchdown. But, with this offensive line, he's going to have all day. So
that's what I think. I think we're fine with running back because I just really believe that much in the offensive line.
You really believe that the offensive line is the reason why?
Look, don't get me wrong. He ran scrappy. He ran hard. He got a lot of yards, but he got a lot of carries too.
McFadden had 37 yards on 4 carries.
Yeah, I thought McFadden, if he stays healthy, he's going to be awesome. He's hungry. He wants to make a point. He wants to prove that he's not washed up. He has a lot to prove. So I really think you should watch out. People thought he was going to be the 3rd running back. I don't know. I think he's gunning for that first spot. He sees a young guy in Randall, and he's ready. He doesn't want him. He doesn't want him starting. Like he thinks I'm the veteran here. Yeah, I need to be the starter.
His quote is, "Of course I want to be the starter." Right here today, of course I want to be the starter. But am I happy to be here and play? Yeah. Am I happy to know that I'm going to get the opportunity to play? Yeah. He did impress me in that game, but I'm still not sold on the running backs. This is DFW Sports Nerds. We'll be back in just a moment.
He's a
All right, we're back with you, DFW Sports Nerds. I'm Lance Sanders. This is Tyser Whaley. We're going to move into our next segment here. What I want to talk about mainly is the positives that the Cowboys have this season. But before we do that, we're going to stop down and give you a little information about ourselves. Me, I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan. I've been following the team since I can first remember, maybe about 5-6 years old. I remember Danny White, and I just remember it being really amazing how big they were here in Texas. And then when we had the big run in the 90s, of course, that's when it was right in my wheelhouse. I'm 35, so if you do the math, I was, a young teenager at that point. And it was absolutely incredible watching that 4-year run from 93 to 96. It was unbelievable. Jimmy Johnson is probably my favorite coach of all time. I know Troy Aikman's my favorite quarterback of all time. Emmitt Smith, best running back ever. I'm so passionate about this shit that I've got a huge Dallas Cowboys star on my back. On my back. I'm sorry, but saying that, Ty, let's hear how you became a Cowboy fan.
All right, cool. Well, before any we talk about that last segment, you totally messed up.
Wait, no,
you're trying to say that Greg Hardy has been smoking pot. He's a pothead. That is just not true. I got to clear his name real quick. He throws his girlfriend into piles of AK-47s, so totally not the same as being a pothead.
He doesn't throw weed into a joint. He throws girls onto AK-47.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's getting suspended.
My bad. Lance eats crow.
Yeah, Lance eats crow. McClain
Great to have this guy. McClain
is the one with the addiction, big addiction
Rolando.
problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so McCain's the pothead.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
guys.
Anyway, but I'm a young Cowboys fan. The last time Cowboys won a Super Bowl, I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So, the Cowboys of now are my Cowboys. When I first got into really loving the Cowboys, Jason Witten was on the team. When Tony Romo was quarterback, I'd maybe been a hardcore fan of the Cowboys, following every game for a year or two.
So you came in
I've
the
been
Romo
growing up
era?
with I came in really heavy in the Romo era.
Okay.
And
the
so,
Bill Parcells days?
Exactly. Bill Parcells was really the first coach I remember clearly, about. So,
Awesome.
I went through Bill Parcells and what's his name? Old Grandpa. Stumbled old Grandpa after that.
Yeah, those were.
Is he still with the Texans?
Yeah.
Doing defense, or where did he go?
I'm not sure where that cream puff landed, but yeah, I don't even speak that.
But exactly. So I just love the Cowboys. I'm passionate about it. It's my favorite time of the year. Texas fall, August. Not August. It's hot as hell. But just that Texas fall is so awesome. You get to go home on a Sunday, sit and watch football all day. It's just the best.
Yeah.
There's no better time in life than this right now. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that.
My favorite time of year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's hear about a few more. We talked a little bit this in the first segment. Let's hear a little bit more about your positives. Let me hear your defensive positives for this season and what you've seen in the preseason. Who do you think is going to show up? Who do you think has to prove?
Okay.
About that.
The top 5 guys that interest me this season. Okay. I'm looking for a big year out of J.J. Wilcox. He played really good last season. I saw a lot of things for the first time at the safety position that I haven't seen in years.
He's going to have plenty of opportunities to play with Skandic being out too.
Yes,
he's got a lot of
he's
chances
got a
to
full
really show
season.
up.
This is his chance to shine, and I think he's going to. Second player of interest for me is going to be a guy that I think is going to be rotated in and out at defensive end, and I'm talking about DeMarcus Lawrence.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see what DeMarcus Lawrence has got. If you remember in the playoffs, he finally got to play. It was the first game of the playoffs. Was his first game last season. And he came in and, did some damage. Had that big sack with a fumble in our first playoff win last season. So, yeah, I'm expecting big things from him. Greg Hardy is obviously extremely interesting to me.
I just hope that the time off doesn't hurt him,
I don't think it will.
Off.
The Cowboys have ways of keeping guys. Look at Romo. He sat out for 4 years and then played.
Yeah.
So, do I think he's going to be a problem? No. I think he's gonna be a bona fide badass.
Yeah, we need that pass rush. Big time.
Yeah, big time. I look to as my star and my fourth player is Sean Lee. Sean Lee is going to
Absolutely.
have the season this year. If he doesn't, I think this guy needs to be dumped. We have him signed for 5 more years.
Man,
And if he
a
can't
lot of
hold
money.
up through an NFL season this year, it proves to me that the guy's injury prone. I see a huge upside if he stays healthy. I see a major fail if he falls.
Yeah.
That would really suck. I'm looking for big things from him, but I'm concerned about his
Yeah,
health.
such a beast, but just again that injury. I mean, I'm sorry, Sean Lee. You're a mega beast, but if you can't stay healthy, then we can't afford to have you on this
Absolutely.
roster. We got to replace you. We've got to put some other guys who can stay at least play in the games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
the cold hardness of it.
I think my my fifth guy is gonna be gosh, that's tough, but I'm looking to Mo Claiborne to see what he can do. It's a contract year. That's when these guys show
Has
up.
so much to prove.
He has so much to prove. The guy ran a 4.240 at the combine. I remember he was a beast. He had all these great abilities. I don't know what's happened to him. I think he might find them again this year.
I mean, I
But
was
he's
just listening.
got a lot to prove.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I was just listening to what they were talking about him when we drafted him, and they were just forecasting him out like
yeah.
crazy, and he just hasn't lived up
he
to
was
it.
the 8th pick overall.
Yeah.
He was a great. I mean, I was a big pick. We drafted up, and we never do that to get him.
And it has not worked out.
No, but I'm looking to see a big year out of him simply because it's a contract year.
And I think that our pass rush will help out.
Oh yeah,
Especially after those first 4 games, get our a full-fledged pass rush back.
yes,
It should help out our backfield.
Absolutely.
It should, hopefully.
I think so. That being said, what's your guys on offense? Let's hear your top 5 guys that you're interested in.
I'm
right
not going
now.
to stray too far. I mean, I'm just looking to see career years out of Dez. He just got paid big time, so
it's time to pay the
You've been
piper.
showing up every year. You've been becoming a leader, like Lance was saying. But it's it's just really, really time to show up. Just keep going, keep being strong, keep being who you are. Everything will be cool.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, Tony Romo. I really just want to see a lot of Tony Romo's back this year.
Yeah, let's see if it can hold up.
Let's just see if it can hold
if
up.
it does, that means we got another 3 years.
I'm not worried about his arm. I'm not worried about his head. I'm not worried about anything of that. I'm just worried about his back. Achilles heel of this team.
I agree.
Big time. I would actually. This is a name that's been around again. Jason Witten. I would really like to see him just hustle it up out there. He's getting older. He's not going to have the explosiveness. He's not going to have the speed and the power that he used to have. But he's always been able to be the Romo's back. Last
Well, he's
chance,
always been his backbone, man.
Backbone, right there.
He's always been there for Tony.
And this one I'll go a little different. I want to see Devin Street. I want to see him take Terrence Williams' job.
Yeah.
I would love to see Devin Street just come out and just kill it. Every chance he gets, catching the ball, getting open. That would just be incredible, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's really going to do it, but I'd like to see that guy try.
You think he's definitely going to make the team?
Yeah.
You
I hope
think
so. I don't know. I hope so.
Okay.
I think he will. He's had plenty of chance to shine. I think he makes the team.
Well, we'll know shortly.
Yeah,
that's
will.
for sure. So stay tuned, folks.
And the last
Fuck
one,
yeah.
the last one that I think is going to bust out is going to be McFadden.
You think McFadden's going to be something?
look,
I gotta fucking
He's the
disagree
OG
with
though.
that.
He's the OG.
Come on, man. This guy has been a bust ever since he got to the fucking Raiders. You tell me he's a great running back when Adrian Peterson has shit to work with in Minnesota. And so what if he doesn't have shit to work with in Oakland?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a phenom.
But here's the
This
deal.
dude
Here's
was
the
the
deal.
top 5 pick, man.
I know, but here's the deal. Here's the deal, though. McFadden has. He's been in the league for a long time, but change. He's changed teams. He's on the Cowboys. The Cowboys makes everyone want to play better. You're wearing the star on your helmet.
Seen a lot of coming, a lot of people coming, a lot of.
But
people
he's looking
fail.
across. Look, he's been hearing. He turns on the radio. He hears Cowboys offensive line. Cowboys offensive line. He hears how DeMarco Murray ran 1,800 yards. He thinks, man, I'm getting behind that offensive line. And he looks on the roster and he sees Joseph Randle, a young cat with issues. Who has not yet to
There's
prove
a lot
anything.
of cats with issues.
He sees that week and he sees I'm the OG. I'm the man. I got to step up and take it. You know?
Okay.
So I think he'll step up and take it. But I just fear, obviously, like every part, I fear injuries.
Yeah.
But, I think he's going to really step up. I think he's going to have he's going to make it. I believe in McFadden.
Right on. Well, this is DFW Sports Nerds. We're going to move into our next segment. Thanks for watching.
You're all running from the asshole. You're all running from the
All right, we're back. This is Ty Whaley. I'm Lance Sanders. We are DFW Sports Nerds. You can find us on YouTube. We are going to go...
Facebook, too.
Yeah, Facebook as well. Go to DFW Sports Nerds and your search engine on Facebook and ask to join the DFW Sports Nerds group. And I'll definitely add you. And that way you can go along with our daily monologue. We only do this once a week, but that runs 24/7. So feel free to leave comments, hates, likes,
Yep.
fuck yous, happy yous, anything like that. Anyways, we're going to go over the Rangers in this next segment, and this will be our last one for the episode. I'm really excited, dude. I expected nothing this year, and when Yu Darvish went down, I bagged the season. We were in the middle of a 10-game losing streak, and I remember just saying, this is it.
Yeah.
But these guys have done a complete 180. It is amazing what they've done over the last 6 weeks. And what really gets me about this team is that it is a team. This is a team. You have nobody in the top 3 in slugging percentage, home runs, or RBIs. You don't have anybody in the top 10.
Yeah.
So what does that tell me? This is a team effort.
Yeah, big props to Bannister.
Big props go
I think
to
if they
Jeff
make it to
Bannister. I think he's manager of the year.
Yeah. I think if they get to the playoff, he's the manager of the year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's been working with a lot of injuries. He's been working around on some new guys. Yeah, big props to him.
Yeah, big props to him, absolutely. As of right now, I'm not sure how far back we are. I thought we were.
Oh, all right. We're in the wild card. Minnesota's 1 game behind us.
There's
So
1 game
it's
behind
tight.
us. We lead
It's tight.
the wild card. We have these weird games, these interleague games, but then you're going to see some major action.
We're done. I think we're done with the interleagues after the interleague after Padres.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I hope so. I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man. We already play enough 9 o'clock games. Now we got to go out there. Anyways.
We're 3 games behind the Astros.
3 games behind the Astros in the division.
I would love to see the Rangers catch up to the Astros. That wild card's going to be really tough. I mean,
we've got
just one game.
I think we've got at least 1 series against them.
Yeah, we do. We have more games against Houston.
Yeah,
for sure.
we've got more games against these guys. And I do feel like we are the better team right now, on paper and on the field. I think Delano DeShields has proven to be a unbelievable player to have in anyone's lineup. Anybody would kill for a guy like this.
He's been holding it down.
If you look at our statistics, one of the funny things that pops out, there's no Prince Fielder. There's no Shin Chu. So, it's just, to me, it's amazing that these guys do this. But he's got 25 steals this season and hasn't even played in maybe 3/4 of the games.
Yeah.
So this guy has ignited, I think, Shin Chu. I think he's also ignited the rest of the Rangers, like Beltre, is doing a lot better than he was at the beginning of the year. The pitching staff is, man.
Well, let's talk about the pitching. Tonight, we got Cole Hamels. Well, damn it. We're not broadcasting this tonight. But
well, I'll tell you what. With Cole Hamels, Lewis, and Martinez,
yeah,
I think we've got it.
Here's the thing with the Rangers. They're going to have to prove it,
Yeah.
They are going to have to play these games. They're going to have a good record for the rest of the season to stay in it. If they have any more droughts, they have any more slumps, it could be over and you can be out of the playoffs like that. That's what I think. It's just, they're definitely have to do it. It is not going to be an easy route, just like it's been all season, but they've been holding tough. They've been hanging in there. They haven't let their droughts last too long. They haven't been in slumps for too long, but, a one long drought here, and then there's no more time to make it up.
Do you see the wild card in our future?
I mean,
this
obviously
week
we're sitting in the wild card, but
but we're only one game in that, so we got to be realistic.
Nothing's guaranteed there.
So
I still think they just need to go on some sort of badass, crazy run right now.
Yeah,
get hot.
It's
going
gonna
to
have to be a fucking hot one. They need to get hot against the division at the end of the year.
Against the division,
they can't let the A's come in here and fuck us over like they do every summer.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of that.
At the end,
and they, somebody
from us.
fucks us in the ass, whether it's the Angels or the Athletics. Yeah. So let's
Houston
get past
now.
that and Houston.
Let's just teach Houston
to me is a 1 year thing. I don't know how the hell they're doing this.
Neither.
And it's so weird that Nolan Ryan moves over there, and then all of a sudden they're in.
It's creepy.
They were in last place, like horribly last season and the season before, and now all of a sudden they're first place. I don't think they're contenders. I do think the Rangers, if they can get in,
we got all the rest of the games.
If they can get in the wild card, I think they can do some damage. We've got some great starters: Derek Holland, Cole Hamels, Gallardo, Lewis. We've got some great arms.
Yeah, they just got to keep it up. They can't slump.
Absolutely. So that's where we're at. I want to say thank you to everyone. You can find us, like I said, on Facebook at DFW Sports Nerds. Also, I want to kick a thanks out to Mule Amplifiers. They're one of our great sponsors, and also EMP Studios. I'm Lance Sanders for Ty Whaley. Have a great weekend. Let's go Cowboys.